Cawston Press is from the UK. It's been in market for about 4 years, selling primarily in premium and natural channels, growing extremely fast with retailers like Whole Foods and Tesco and Waitrose in that market. And we started talking about a year ago about intro to the US. Really liked what they were doing from a branding perspective and a product perspective, and I think there's going to be a strong market for them here in the US. They agree, and it's kind of a joint partnership between myself and Cawston. So we currently have 3 ranges: a soda range, which is fresh pressed soda, fresh pressed juice-based sodas, as well as a fresh pressed juice line that's apple-based, as well as a veggie juice product. And there's actually a 4th line as well, which is kids' juices. What's unique about Cawston is their focus and attention to ingredients. So all of their sodas, juices are fresh pressed based, and they use some really unique flavor profiles that when you look at the brands in the market today, there's not a whole lot of people playing with these flavor profiles. They're all foodie centric. So flavors like rhubarb, elderflower, ginger, in sodas primarily aren't being used a whole lot, but they're flavor profiles that I think the American public is going to really enjoy. And then from a branding perspective, I think the brand's really approachable, fun, and on the juice side of it, it's really interesting what's going on in shelf-stable juices. So shelf-stable juice has been somewhat of a sleepy category for the past couple of years, and I think the type of innovation that we're bringing to that category is going to be seen as really unique and value added to the category as it stands today. So we'll be going direct to most retailers, but we are going to pick our spots at DSD in a couple key markets, probably New York City, as well as maybe a trial market out west. It'll be primarily in premium and natural, so in the natural sets of more conventional, but also in kind of the hardcore natural retailers as well. Our SRP on the juices is $3.49 for the 1 liter, which relative to the competition, it's somewhat at a premium, but not significantly. But I think the quality of the product can command a slight premium. And on the soda side, we're at $1.79 SRP, which is really competitive, especially when you compare our cans to some of the glass products that are out there today. I think we'll probably be 20 to 30 cents cheaper than the SRPs on some of our competition. And the cans allow us to do that. Yeah, so we'll make adaptations for the U.S. market, but you know, there's a lot of marketing practices that we can leverage here in the U.S. that they're currently employing in the U.K. I mean, they've got a really stellar sampling program and branded vehicles and just really a well thought out approach towards marketing that we'll definitely be able to employ here. There's a lot of crossover between the UK and the US markets, more so than you would think, so we'll try to leverage as much as we can. The decision to import versus make our own, so the way that the initial conversation started with Cawston was, it's actually funny. I'm constantly searching on social media for brands around the world that are getting traction. So specifically on Instagram, you can kind of go in there and search any hashtag that you like and really get a window into the world. What are consumers talking about? What beverages are they posting pictures of? What beverages are they making mixed drinks with? And through that process, this one brand, Cawston, kept on coming up. Consumers loved the packaging, they loved the product itself, they were making all different types of mixed drinks with it. So that kind of was the initial entryway into the brand, and I've been looking for a brand to complement my Something Natural product line. So I reached out to them and I said, hey, you know, rather than me trying to develop my own product, why don't we discuss a joint venture? And they've been looking at the U.S. market for a long time. There was a series of conversations over months about how we would execute it properly and together, and that's how the whole thing came together. There's a lot of money and investment that goes into launching a product and branding and marketing and websites and all the other items that are required to launch a brand here. So rather than recreate the wheel, there was a lot of efficiency in partnering with Cawston. And kind of, obviously taking all the great stuff that they're doing over there and bringing it here and kind of joining forces as opposed to trying to launch something from scratch. For the time being, yeah. So initially, yes, but the plan long term is to bring production over here. There's no reason why we can't do it over here and save on all that shipping cost. We launch officially at Expo West, which is early March, and then we'll start to see product hitting retail shelves April, May.